Back on with the E30, and as you can see, it's freezing cold. Did you like my fish impression? Anyway, back on with the car. So I'm going to be looking at doing something with this corrosion round here. As you can see, it's been repaired before. It's had it's been filled with like a fiberglass filler in there, a hard fiberglass filler. You see there's lots of holes coming back through here, lots of corrosion. It's just totally past it. So the only thing that we can do with that is to cut it out and weld in some fresh metal. Unfortunately, it's also gone on the inside. So we've got like a bit of a double whammy there. We're gonna have to put a piece in here and a piece on the other side at the same time. So we'll have a crack on at this and see how it goes. And if you didn't already know from the other video, do you remember this bit here? So I'm gonna have to do something with that as well. But first I'm gonna get on with this mess. And while you've not been watching, I've just sneakily got on with this, and I've cut a piece of cardboard and put it on there just to protect the glass while I'm working on the door. Right, what we're going to do first then. I'm going to start by cutting this out with the air cut-off tool. Oh my good lord. So that looks shocking, doesn't it? It's had some bodge in there. We'll give that a good clean up, and then I'll make a fresh bit of metal and I'll get it welded in. So I've got that all cut out and dressed up, but unfortunately I can't bloody do anything because I've run out of weld through primer. So this is what I used last time. This is a e30 Ultra Zinc primer. It's been really good, this stuff. I got this off Amazon, but unfortunately I can't get any of this for a few days, so I've now ordered some U-Pol weld through zinc primer. Well, I might not be able to get the e-tech stuff, but with the stuff I've ordered being U-Pol, it should be pretty good stuff. I do like using U-Pol products. So, quick product review. Couple of U-Pol products here. So here's just an aerosol primer and a Gravitex U-Pol underseal. So this is a stone chip. Back to this primer. This primer, it's a good primer. You can use this on sort of new, if you get like small new wings, you can actually prime a full wing with this, prep a full wing, prime a full wing with it, prep it up and paint straight over it. Save you mixing up primer in the gun. Very handy. Again, if you've primed the side of a car and when you've prepped it up you go through, this is really handy to just prime over those little areas that you've gone through just before you paint it. I like to warm these up just a little before I apply them, and they spray on really well when they're warmed up. It comes out nice. So that's a U-Pol primer, aerosol primer. I usually buy a case of these. You get them a lot cheaper when you buy a case of them. They end up being not a lot of money at all for what they are. U-Pol Gravitex Plus, so this is a good underbody coating, or stone chip if you prefer. I'll be applying this underneath the BMW. So what I'll do once I get another coat of that sealer underneath, I'll give it all a good scuff up, and I'll put a few coats of this stone chip on underneath just to finish it off, and it'll seal it in lovely, it will. It'll put a nice protective coating underneath the car. Must say it does look shite, that sealer. I'll never be ordering that again. It has gone off like concrete, mind. So I've shown you a couple of good products. It's only fair I show you a bad one. So again, this was the seam sealer I used, and I have to say it's not very good. It was terrible to apply. Normally when I put seam sealer on, it's really neat. It looks a nice tidy job when I'm finished. But this, it's just been a bloody nightmare to apply. So not good at all. A good seam sealer is normally the Indasa, so I'll probably order some of that just to finish the job off. Anyway, back to this car. I guess I'm going to have to find something else to do. Well, the weld through primer's here. So just put a bit of that on there. Put some in here. So that's a U-POL weld through primer I've used there. Like all U-POL aerosol products, it comes out the can really well, so it sprays really nice, that does. I'll let you know what it's like to weld. Just got that first piece tacked in there. So I'm just trying to make this patch now to go on there. I've bent this in the metal bender. So I'm making the patch a bit bigger because I want to try and double that end over. Tap it like around the skin. I'm going to make sort of the plate at the back. Ideally I want this to sort of tap around it like it originally would be. Well, I've got that plate clamped on there like that now, and I'm going to cut through both the metals, and so I'll have a neat line to weld. You'll see what I mean when I do it. So jumping ahead there, I've got that plate cut to size and I've started tacking it in place. Got that all welded in and dressed up. A couple of bits just to touch in. Done inside there as well. I've cut all that rot out of the centre section and started piecing some fresh metal in. Once I've finished all the welding and the dressing up, it'll be time to start the filler work. Also, in between doing that, I've now sealed it up inside with some better sealer. I can see it really starting to take shape now. Anyway, I'm going to have to get bashed on and get some more done. Well, I've got that door repair pushed right on now. I've got all the welding work done, dressed it all up, and I've got some filler in there. So I'll wait for that filler to go off and I'll sand it down and then I'll apply some more. But as it's now Friday night and time to put the tools away and have a beer, I think I'll bring the rest of that work to you in another video. If you're enjoying the project, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video.